Hi, my name is Heather Mee, and today I'm going to walk you through making a terrarium. But first I wanted to show you my tiny house. This is our little cottage in the woods. You can see okay, let's get to it. This is how your terrarium would come in a kit like this. You've got the 3 jars, your spray bottle. This little bag is full of all of your goodies, and here are your instructions with a lot of details on it, maybe too many details, but I'll leave that up to you. All right, let's get started. We're going to make this size today. Let me set it here. You'll receive a lot of rocks, so for the sake of being more brief, I'm not going to fuss too much about what I use, but of course, when I'm just enjoying myself, I take great care in picking everything out. But you don't want to watch me do all of that. The green rocks right here, you can probably see, that's actually a jade stone, and I do put a little bit of jade in every bag. Okay. As you could tell, I provide you with more supply than you need, so don't be alarmed when you have leftover. Next, we'll be doing the charcoal. Again, there's more than you'll need. Charcoal is in there. Now we add my soil mix. I do this myself. This is organic soil, organic peat moss, vermiculite, and some sand. We want to keep the soil nice and airy if we possibly can, so that's a mixture I've discovered works the best. I'm just going to spread this around. Now, moss doesn't need much soil, and that's because it doesn't have true roots. It has rhizomes. So most of its moisture is going to be pulled from the top, from the green, from what's above the ground that you see. And the point of the soil is to hold humidity, hold some moisture, but not too much moisture. And so we'll have to be careful when we add the water. But the soil will give the rhizomes something to attach to and something to expand upon so that the soil can expand out. This is a beautiful moss. It's called brocade moss. So I've chosen what I want to use. I'm going to be using 3 kinds in this terrarium. I've included a Q-tip, bamboo, so that you can push it down gently without damaging it. These Q-tips have 2 sides. One is sharp or pointed, and the other is the traditional. Okay, here is another feather moss, and we're going to add that more towards the front, if there is a front and back. All right, just have it make good contact And this is fern moss. Now fern moss grows outward. So it grows along a line like this. So it can be a little more challenging because what dies off will have a piece of living moss at the end or in multiple places. So it's a little trickier. You have to find healthy pieces like this and then kind of bend the ends underneath. You can pull off any dead pieces, but it takes a little more patience. It typically does really well in terrariums, so I like to include it, but I'm sure that it's a little too much effort for some people. So I've just broken off some of the dead. I'm going to put this piece over in this area. Okay, now we have 3 different varieties of moss. I like to include at least 3 varieties for you because some of them like it a little wetter, some of them like it a little drier. One thing about moss is it's better to be on the dry side than on the overly wet side. If your moss dries out, it will almost always revive, and that's how it survives droughts out in the woods. Now, all of my mosses come from the woods, but I like to be very careful about not harvesting too much. So I take it back with me. I wash it, rinse it, wash it, rinse it. And then I like to break it into smaller pieces and cultivate it from there so that I'm not just pulling from the woods all the time. And that works out really well. It's a learning curve though. It was a learning curve to figure out which ones I can propagate more easily. Now I added some of my favorite rocks to the top. Let me just adjust them a little bit. I like to put them towards the front mostly. I can use the spray bottle to make it moist and then watch it really carefully over the first couple of days especially. If it gets too wet and there's water sitting on the bottom, you have too much water in there. So you want to leave the lid off and allow it to dry out overnight. And then you can replace the lid and check and see if it's completely all fogged over during the daytime for hours and hours, then you probably have too much water. So you'll leave the lid off again and try it again. So there's definitely a learning curve to it. But you'll figure it out, and some will do better than others. But once a week, you're going to want to open it up and pull out anything that looks dead. Allow a little bit of an air exchange, especially when it's first getting established. Checking it weekly, cleaning off the glass, and it works out really well until it gets really balanced, and then you may only have to open it once every few months. I've actually had them before where I opened it very, very rarely, but it was also 7 years old. So, all right, I hope that you enjoyed watching this terrarium video and that you'll have a good time making your own terrariums. You can visit my my site. It's wellsborowoodlands.com or wellsborowoodlands.etsy.com. Hope to see you again soon.